Good morning or afternoon, depending on when you're watching this. Welcome back to Ascendria Tarot. My name is Caitlin. I am co-owner of Ascendria here in Polson, Montana. Updates. We do have the Cherry Festival coming up at the end of this month. As far as this week for locals, we are going to be closed Saturday. We are going up to Kalispell, and our tea distributors are putting on a tea tasting, kind of tea social. They're going to have games and obviously tea. So yeah, we're going to go ahead and go attend that with them. So if you're available, if you're free, if you're local, go ahead and join us. I think that's all the updates we have. For my non-local people, I am going to try to be going live either on TikTok or Instagram, depending on how I'm feeling. I'm going to try to do it every Thursday at 3. I'm going to try. We'll see how it goes. Today, I'm going to do things a little bit different. Normally I do, because I'm going to do elements today. And normally I would just do one long continuous video and then do timestamps. But I think today I'm going to do separate videos. So if you don't see your sign in this reading, go ahead and check the channel and your sign should be there. Not your sign, your element. So if you're an Aries, fire sign, Cancer, water sign, etc., etc. So I'm going to start with fire signs, and disclaimers: take what resonates and leave the rest. You'll know if the message is for you, and if it's not, that's okay. Don't try to force the message to fit within your life just because, if you're an Aries and you watch the fire sign reading and it doesn't resonate, don't try to force it to fit in your life. That message just isn't for you. It could be for other fire signs. The other thing is, we have all 12 signs in our chart just because, some planets might be in one sign and one, sign or house might be empty. Those still affect us. Those still have an influence in our life. They might not be as loud, but they do still have an effect. So, for me, my sun sign is a fire sign. But if my fire sign is not resonating, I'll go watch the earth signs because I have a Virgo rising. That one might resonate. And if that one doesn't, I might go watch water because I have a Scorpio moon. So just take it as it resonates. Okay, let's go light the incense before I forget. Yay. Okay, get the candle lit. I did a reading for my friend the other day, and there was this really long wick. It created the craziest flames. The wick was all the way down on the side of the candle and stuck to the side of the candle, so the flame was just it was crazy. As we're talking about fire signs. Okay, I think I might leave that in the frame. So for fire signs today, we are going to use the chakra deck. Let's see what we got going on for fire signs today. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Also, shout out to Inner Balance Meditation on YouTube. They've been killing it with some of these like meditation ambient videos. I love them. Sometimes I'm feeling music on Spotify, and sometimes I just want calm, peaceful music, and so I throw on some meditation ambient music. Today's music is Sacred Priestess, Release Hurt, Emotional Balance, and Clarity Mind. It's not really grammatically correct, but I mean, gets the point across. Alright, what do we have going for fire signs for this week? Action. What are we taking action on, huh? Interesting. Movement, perseverance, discipline, and motivation. Okay. Let's see. What else do we have going on for fire signs? I like how these cards like always have like the color around the border that kind of represents the chakra group that they're in. So since that one's red, that one is very root chakra, which is very action oriented. What else do we have going on for fire signs? I also played around with my lighting today, so let me know if we like it. Do we want more light? Do we like the cozy vibes? And then we have seeing, action and seeing, perspective, truth, knowledge, and clarity. I almost see that as like seeing the next step that needs to be taken. What else? Let's get one more card for the fire signs. Possessions, belongings, finances, assets, and treasures. Interesting. Action, seeing, and possession. So we have 2 root chakras and one, I believe that would be the third eye chakra. Yeah. Interesting. Very interesting. This might be a little bit of a financial reading. Seeing what next steps you need to take to grow your finances, maybe. Let's get a card on action. Knight of Swords. So the Knight of Swords, knights are fire energy and swords is air energy. But with the knights, they are very quick-paced, very confident, sometimes a little overconfident, but they look without leaping. And the Knight of Swords kind of gets a bad rep for being too impulsive, too rash, maybe even a little too harsh with their words. But the more advantageous aspect of this card is he's a master strategist. And when we have seeing in action here, master strategist. Seems like fire signs are making moves. Let's see, what else do we have for action? Tell me more about action, Knight of Swords. I'm going to take that one. So 2 of Swords. Lots of swords. 2 of Swords is a decision, particularly a difficult decision, because there is an aspect or there's an element, variable, whatever you want to call it, that's not brought to light yet. It's still hidden. That's why there's a blindfold here. So it's hard to make the decision when not all of the information is on the table. I almost see like the 2 of Swords as like a, don't make a decision quite yet. Wait for all of the information to come to light, and then it'll be easy to make that decision. Like the path will present itself. Interesting. Tell me about seeing for fire signs. Queen of Coins. The queens are very receptive. If you think about women and their reproduction, they receive and then they grow that life. So that's kind of what I mean by the queens are receptive. They take things in and create life with them. So with coins being pentacles, I mean, that almost goes into this possessions card with the finances and belongings and assets. That is very much pentacles. It's the physical, tangible world and values. And that's why money kind of goes along with pentacles, is because it's physical value. You know, even if you're talking barter system, it's physical value. Now the Queen of Coins. Because the King of Coins is very, he knows how to bring things into the reality in a very practical way. And he knows how to manage his finances. But with queens being receptive, I mean, she knows how to manage her money well too. Tell me more about the Queen of Coins. Tell me more about seeing and the Queen of Coins. Six of Coins. You know, so when you actually look at the system of the monarchy, the queen and the king, the kings are the lawmakers. But I don't know if you've ever seen any like historical dramas or historical fiction shows, books, movies, whatever. The queens, if they're in a healthy state, they take care of the people in a more emotional and loving and nurturing way, as a mother would. And the king is more focused on, like, kind of the physical, in the sense of, like I said, making the laws, making the decisions, making the rules, managing the finances, making, like, business moves. Whereas the queen, she makes sure the people have enough food. She makes sure that they have clothes. She makes sure that, they feel seen and heard. A healthy queen would. So with Six of Coins is all about that give and take. An equal give and take. A balance. Why is that with seeing? You see this right now? Why is the Queen of Coins and the Six of Cups with seeing? I almost want to say, like, with the Queen of Coins, like I said, with her making sure the people have enough food and water and clothes and shelter and they're taken care of. You have to see that before you can even address it. Interesting. What about the Six of Coins? I feel like, when you get into royalty, the queens and the kings, they receive a lot. They usually have a lot more money. They usually have, a lot more luxury, and they don't want for food. So it's almost like, if you're getting an influx of money and it's like flowing in very heavily and you're starting to rise up, it's almost like this, you're receiving, you're taking, you're taking, you're taking. It's almost a reminder, like, don't forget to give back. Like, see the people that need either your help or your guidance or your gifts, and give back. So what's going on with possessions over here for fire signs? Even with, like, the Queen of Coins and the Six of Coins kind of speaking to this, don't forget to give back, and kind of seeing what needs attention, seeing what needs to be addressed. With the Two of Swords in action, and having that say, like, don't make a decision quite yet, I kind of almost see that as, instead of spending frivolously, if you have an influx of income coming in, instead of just spending that wherever on whatever, wait until you see where it needs to go. And then in possessions, we have the Fool, which I always see the Fool as, like, Even if you don't know how to do something, just dive in head first. It might be scary and you might have absolutely no clue what you're doing. Do it anyway, because you will learn along the way. You might make mistakes, sure, but that's how we learn, is by making those mistakes and going, oh, that did not work. Change how you do it, and then maybe it works smoother. And that's how we learn. And the second card is Page of Wands. In the more cautionary aspect of this card, it can be a little bit of hubris. Kind of thinking the consequences of things don't affect you or can't touch you. Kind of a little overconfident. At the same time, the pages are, if you think back to medieval times, the pages were children. They were messengers. That was the job they could do, because they don't know much yet. They're still babies. They're still learning. They haven't experienced life a lot. So in Wands being passion and ambition and willpower and creativity, the Page of Wands always says, like, you're exploring that. Kind of play around with it. It's almost like, because like the Fool kind of like implies that this is something that you've either never had before or you've never done before. So it's almost like if you are getting an influx of money coming in, it's probably at a height that you've never seen before. And so you're kind of like, you're playing around with it. Getting creative with it, yeah. And this doesn't necessarily have to be specifically money. It does say belongings, assets, treasures. It's just possessions. Maybe you just got an influx of treasures, whatever treasures are for you. But it's coming in at a height that you've never seen before, and so you're playing around with having that much, and it's exciting, and we want to get impulsive and just spend. But the Two of Swords says, wait, be patient. Wait until you see where that needs to go. Be very intentional with where you are directing whatever this influx coming in is, whether it's money or the treasures. Could even be insights, honestly. Like, take it as it resonates, obviously. I love that for you guys. I kind of want to pull an affirmation card. Let's see if I can get it out. There we go. What affirmation would you give fire signs? What affirmation do you have for fire signs regarding this spread? Well, Remember that influx that's coming in at a new height that you've never seen before? I am ready. Thank you. I am ready. Thank you. I'm getting really drawn to the thank you portion of that. There's been this theme going on for me personally lately and it almost goes back to that 6 of coins of don't forget to turn around and give back. Don't forget to say thank you. During the summer solstice, I realized that we had hit this plateau in the business. I mean, that happens when it's new. I get that. But there was like this stagnation and there was like zero growth. And I really had to step back and pause to thank Spirit, God, universe, however you perceive that. I had to step back and really hold gratitude for that. You know, I've been dreaming of this for so long and now I'm standing in it. And I thought about it in the sense of if I gave somebody a gift and their immediate words were, okay, well, what's next? Bitch. I'd be so upset. I'd be like, you didn't even acknowledge the time, the effort, the thought, the love that I put into that for you. I would not want to give them a gift ever again. Ever. Fuck that. Pardon my French. But yeah, that's kind of what I'm getting with that is don't forget to turn around and give back. And don't forget to have gratitude. If somebody's gifting you with something, whether that be spirit or a person in your life, don't forget to have gratitude for that. It'll go a long ways. Gratitude will always breed more things to be grateful for. So I love that for you. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. It really does help the channel grow and reach more people. And boost my confidence. I know that's probably a selfish thing to say, but I had a really hard day yesterday, and even just words of encouragement will always be appreciated. You know, check on your small entrepreneur, small business friends, because it gets hard out here when you have a small business. It's very easy to get discouraged. So even just a quick comment on one of their posts or leaving a review or anything, it truly does help more than you know. If you're local, stop by the tea tasting with us in Kalispell. It's at Nerdy Girl. And if you're not local, go ahead and check out our Facebook page. I do offer personal readings. I can do in person, and I also do readings via email. But yeah, I hope this was a very either clarifying message or a confirmation for you. And I hope to see you next week. Bye.